So, when you write a track, regardless of genre, there needs to be a defining message, a defining theme, a defining concept or idea that makes your track interesting and exciting. And I suppose it's almost like a purpose for that thing existing. There needs to be a something to focus on. And in trap, you typically have three common themes. First of all, huge 808s. I'm talking big, exciting, boomy, earth-shaking 808 booms. And these 808s, when you first hear them back through laptop speakers or headphones or even your producing monitors, you may think, well, that's pretty cool, but I mean, they're not that exciting. How can this be a theme all by itself? How can you gear a track purely around a long-tailed kick? And I thought the same until I actually heard these things play back live through a 30-foot speaker stack. I was at a warehouse project in Manchester, and there was literally a 30-foot speaker stack in one of the rooms there, and Bauer was playing, and I'd never heard trap before through big speakers in the right environment, and all of a sudden I thought, crikey, these 808s make a lot of sense now. While yes, they sound cool through headphones, I wouldn't necessarily agree that they're a theme all by themselves through headphones. When you hear these huge 808s coming back through a 30-foot speaker stack, it literally shakes the air in the room and it shakes all the bones and organs inside of you. It's crazy. So one of the big things trap producers like to do is make the 808s as finely crafted and big and heavy and impactful as possible, so when they do play them back through big speakers, they have a huge amount of impact. And purely the 808s by themselves are exciting things when you hear them back through these massive speakers. And you can also get a bit creative with these 808s, something I'm going to show you later on in the series too, where you can do some more interesting things with the sound design, but still somewhat within this structure of an 808 kick with a long tail. So you can make it maybe sound a bit more like this. Where it's all wide and strange. And the second theme that's quite common in trap is an aggressive hip-hop attitude. So some people like to double down on that hip-hop swagger, and that hip-hop attitude is the best way I can think to put it, where it's all about presence and that somewhat gangster lifestyle sort of thing. You know what I mean? If you've ever heard any aggressive hip-hop, there's a whole, rightly or wrongly, real or fake, who knows, but there's a whole theme towards that gangster lifestyle and that swagger and guns and all that sort of stuff. There's a big part of trap that focuses on that culture, that hip-hop culture inside of this EDM context. So for some people, that's what they double down on. That's what they like doing in their trap tracks. So the samples you choose when you're focusing on this tend to be focused around this aggressive hip-hop mentality. So there's a lot of aggressive male vocal one-shots, or maybe some gun clicks or gunshots, stuff like that. If you've heard a lot of trap, you've probably heard this quite a lot. It's getting a little bit cliche now, but at the same time, that whole spirit of aggressive hip-hop vibe and culture is something that a lot of people focus on. And finally, another common theme in trap, the theme that I personally subscribe to, it's my absolute favourite, is weird next level synth and sound design. So when you're following this particular theme, this particular idea, the whole point of trap is not in the percussive rhythmic stuff necessarily, or the attitude or the vibe or any melody. It's all about making the weirdest sound possible, the most futuristic, out there, strangest noise, thing, sound, whatever you want to call it. It's just about getting weird with your sound design and pushing the envelope, trying to make something brand new and make people surprised or confused or pretty much any emotion. Just create some noise, something that freaks people out. That's the whole point with this particular theme. And I absolutely love this. The most exciting part of trap for me personally right now is listening to producers like Quicks or Lux Impala getting properly out there and creative and weird and just strange with their sound design. It's super interesting things.